Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I got a question here. This falls into the category of the advice for men. I guess this is sort of, you can watch the whole playlist here on the kind of manly advice that I give you on how to be more of a man. But I suppose this could apply for women as well. But anyway, this is about dating services. I've been getting a few requests for this. I thought I'd finally answer this. I'm not going to go into a long, in-depth video here. So if you're looking for one of those, I'm sure you can find them in that playlist. But I thought I would answer this briefly just to give my viewpoint, my idea on this. So the question is, hi John, regarding your new sexist content on your channel, I got curious about your opinion on dating services like Tinder, Badoo. I haven't heard of Badoo. I guess I don't need that. OkCupid or any similar. I think we build their fake confidence all around the internal liking systems. Usually people don't even talk to each other, but they just count likes or attention. Does it spoil our society or doesn't it? What's your thoughts? I'd really love to watch a video response to it. Thanks, Philip. So I'm going to tell you flat out, don't do this. Don't use these services. Why? It's a buffer, right? Again, if you want to know what I'm talking about as far as buffer, there's a really good book by Rollo Tomassi called The Rational Male, which a few of you have actually pointed me to, which I appreciate. But check out that book. That's a good book. That talks about some of the stuff. Some of the stuff is, I don't 100%. I feel like he's a little bit men going their own way, a little bit too much on that, but that's fine. Really good advice in there and a good perspective, taking the red pill and all that stuff. But essentially, I think he would agree with me in saying that dating services, online dating services like that are a buffer because it allows you to buffer yourself against facing rejection, right? The problem with those services, there's a couple of problems. I'm going to tell you the main one, though, to start off, is that it's preventing you from facing real rejection. And if you want to be more of a man, if you want to be more masculine, if you want to develop that attribute of yourself, again, I'm talking to guys here, but to some degree, it could apply to women. It's a little bit of a different dynamic. Again, I'm a guy. This is why I talk to you young men out there that maybe need some of this guidance. Okay, so again, not doing it because I don't care about women. I love you, all of you that follow this channel, but just understand and figure out how you can apply this yourself. Enough of the caveat there. So the thing is, like, when you do this, you're not facing real rejection, right? It's too easy for you to create a profile online and to see what girls are interested in you, but that's not how the real world works. And when you get into a relationship that way, you are going to be coming from a submissive type of position and not a very bold and not a very masculine, right? You're not going to be embodying the traits of masculinity that are going to be attractive to feminine women, which is probably what you're after, right? So don't do this, right? Instead, go out and face rejection. Go out and talk to girls, right? That's going to require a certain amount of confidence and bravery. And plus, your competition is going to be a lot less. I'll probably do a video about this, why it's such a great time to be a guy today. I've got that scheduled for a while here, but eventually I'll do this video. But this is one of those reasons, is because there's so many guys that this is the easy thing to do. It's easy to hop on Tinder or OkCupid or whatever, Plenty of Fish or whatever they have today, right? It's easy to do that and create a profile and passively, or maybe even message women on there. That's silly, okay? That's easy to do. It's really hard. It's much harder to go up and go to talk to some girl in Starbucks or at the mall and start up a conversation and have that kind of confidence. But if you build that kind of confidence, you're going to be a lot more successful because you have a lot less competition. You see what I'm saying? Right? It's going to set you apart. And yeah, the fake profiles and all this stuff. And plus, let's talk about another aspect of this for you guys out there. It's different for men and women, right? Women are kind of chased after, and men not as much, right? There's a whole different dynamic. We're not going to get into the details of that. But who do you suppose, what kind of women in general are posting their profiles on online dating sites? I know I'm going to get into trouble for this, but in general, it's not going to be the prime ones. It's not going to be, okay, if you're after, really, I don't want to say quality women, but if you're after a certain type of woman that is physically attractive and has her stuff together and is, a really good potential relationship or, catch for you, if you excuse that terminology, she's probably not going to be on an online dating site, and I'll tell you why. Because she's going to have plenty of guys that are going to be coming up to her and approaching her and that. Now, there's exceptions to this, but for those exceptions, she's going to be bombarded by 500 messages a day. Do you really want to be grouped in with that? Do you really want to, compete with all of those guys and to put yourself in that inferior position of competing? You want to be the prize, right? You want to, come off with confidence and all of these things, because that's going to determine not only the whether or not you get the girl, but the kind of relationship that you get into. You don't want to get into a relationship where you're basically just lucky to be in that relationship and it's very unequal, because that's not going to last very long either. So this is not good. It's not good. It's not going to help you to do these things. It seems like the easy way out, but usually the easy way out is not the best way. So don't do it. Don't go on these online sites. Instead, go out there in the real world and meet women and talk to them and face rejection and go through the phase and learn about yourself and learn what it feels like to be rejected, and don't be afraid of that. Become brave. It's going to develop your character. It's going to build you up and make you a more valuable person and make you more of the man that you want to be, honestly, that is going to be able to attract women naturally just because of who you are, right? Because you're not afraid. You can go out there. If you're hiding behind your computer and you're using an online profile, it's ridiculous. You're never going to develop that confidence and that ability, right? That's the primary thing that I have to say about that. There's a lot of other you're going to be tricked also. Like, I could say that you're going to show up and it's going to be misrepresentation on both sides. You're going to misrepresent things. Some girl on the online dating site is going to misrepresent things. It's going to be a mess. I'm not saying obviously people connect on eHarmony and make and hook up on Tinder. That happens obviously, right? But it's not going to be the same. It's a crutch. I hate crutches, right? You know me, I hate crutches. That's part of the reasons why I don't drink, and I suggest not drinking, is because people use that for a crutch in social situations. Anything that you're using is a crutch. I did that video on porn and masturbation, right? And you can check out that video there. And that was a crutch as well, okay? So avoid crutches if you feel like it's a crutch, right? If you feel like it's not a crutch and you could just do this, then maybe. But still, go out in the real world and talk to women. Don't be afraid, right? Or be afraid, but overcome the fear and conquer it. Build your confidence up instead. If you need some help on building confidence, check out this video I did on confidence, on how to build confidence, and that will help you some. So anyway, you got to go out there and you got to do it. So if you like this video, if you like these kind of videos, I'll tell you something that you can do online, which is to click the subscribe button. Click the subscribe button and you'll get more of these videos. Definitely check out the playlist that I mentioned earlier. But most importantly, click the subscribe button. If you like this video, show support with the thumbs up if you're already subscribed. And I will talk to you next time. Take care.